On the road to Akasaka in Tokyo there is a slope called Kinokuni-zaka, which means slope of the province of Ki. Why it is called Kinokuni-zaka is a mystery to me. On one side of the slope there is an ancient, deep and extremely wide moat, along which stands a high green bank, above which is a garden. On the other side the long, magnificent walls of the imperial palace stretch out. In the years before introduction of street lights and rickshaws, this area was very lonely after dark, and so pedestrians tended to avoid this route and select detouring many miles after dark. All this was because of the raccoons that often appeared there to trick people through metamorphosing into a human. The last person to see the raccoon was a merchant from Kyobashi who died about 30 years ago. The story he told goes like this. The merchant was hurrying up Kinokuni-zaka hill late one evening when he saw a woman crouching alone on the edge of the moat, crying bitterly. Fearing that she might throw herself off, the merchant stopped in his tracks and tried to give her all the help or comfort he could. The woman appeared to be a delicate and elegant person, beautifully dressed and looking like a young girl from a good family. "Lady," the merchant called, approaching her. "Lady, don't cry so much. Tell me what is troubling you, and if there is any way I can help you, I will be glad to help you." In fact, the man intended to do just as he said, for he was a very kind man. But the woman continued to cry, hiding her face from the merchant with one of her long sleeves. "Lady," the merchant said again, as gently as he could. "Please, please, listen to what I have to say. This is not the place for a young lady at night. I beg you not to cry. Tell me how I can help you, even if just a little." The woman rose suddenly, her back to the merchant, and continued to groan and sob into the back of her sleeves. The merchant placed his hand lightly on the woman's shoulder and admonished her, "Lady, lady, lady, listen to what I have to say. Just for a moment, lady, lady." Slightly later, the woman turned around. She dropped her sleeves and stroked her face with her hands. She had no eyes, nose or mouth. "Oh my God," the merchant cried, and ran away. The merchant ran as fast as he could. Everything in front of him was pitch black and empty. Not having the courage to look back, he just kept running, and finally, in the distance he spotted a lantern that looked like the glow of a firefly and ran towards it. He realized that it was just a lantern from a traveling soba noodle shop that had set up its stall on the side of the road. But after encountering something like that, any light, any human company was fine. The merchant threw himself at the soba seller's feet and cried out, "Ah, ah, ah!" "What on earth?" the soba seller yelled roughly. "What's wrong? Did someone do something to you?" "No, no one did anything to me," the merchant said, panting. "It was just, ah." "Were you just scared?" the soba seller asked coldly. "Was it some thief?" "It was not a thief, not a thief," gasped the frightened man. I saw a woman, on the edge of the moat, and she showed me her face. Do you ask me what she showed me? It's too much to describe. Well, was this what she showed you? The noodle seller's face turned like an egg. At the same time, the light went out. Have you enjoyed? See you again.